Fernando at the wall. It is gone!
Hey you! Yeah, you! Does your team suck? I mean, really suck? Does watching them blow a lead every single game make you want to bash your head in through the wall? Hi, I'm Jimmy P. Winslow, author of the New York Times best-selling book, Coping with Loss: How to Deal with Your Team. Sometimes as fans, our team just isn't up to snuff. They can't pitch, they can't field, and for the love of God, will somebody drive in a goddamn run? This kind of situation is stressful for any kind of fan, even the biggest diehards. And as the caring, generous soul that I am, I want to help you out. So today, I'm going to be giving you 8 tips on how to make rooting for your terrible, terrible team just that much easier. Let's get started.
Number 8. Sometimes the pain of rooting for your team is so deep, the only way of getting rid of it is by inflicting it on other people via social media. And in that case, becoming a Twitter troll is your best course of action. All you have to do is sign up for a new account using a burner email address, get yourself an anonymous handle like @PrimeGlaber25, and you're good to go. You can post your pain all over the internet. Let's check in with this guy over here. How you doing?
I just made a Ligma joke underneath one of the Yankees' social media posts.
That's the spirit. That's how you get it done. Number 7.
If you're in the local market of your team, chances are they are absolutely desperate to get your in the seats. As such, you should be taking this opportunity to get the absolute cheapest tickets to an MLB game you are ever going to see. Go have some fun, have a beer, eat a hot dog, enjoy the game at least as much as you can. Just remember, don't try to start the wave unless you want to make absolutely sure that everyone in the crowd hates you.
Number 6. Sometimes your team can be so completely, hopelessly, and utterly lost in the short term that the only thing you can do is look forward. And that means becoming completely obsessed with all of your team's top prospect lists. Between Baseball Prospectus, Fangraphs, MLB Pipeline, and all of the many, many prospect blogs out there, I'm sure there's someone you can find that agrees with you that your team isn't completely screwed forever. Don't worry, I'm sure all of those 18-year-olds in rookie ball will work out. Trust me. Number 5.
Touch grass. I mean it. Like, go out and touch some grass. Physically go outside, find a patch of grass, and touch it. I mean, there's so many amazing things that you could be doing besides sitting inside all day and watching a baseball team. You could be hanging out with friends, you could go to some new restaurants or bars. Hell, you haven't seen your kids in 3 weeks, Robert. How about you go take them to the park? I'm sure they would love it. Just anything to get you out of the house. Please.
We interrupt this message to give you a special online offer. If you order Dr. Winslow's book right now, we'll also throw in his other New York Times bestseller, Don't Be a Dodger Fan: How to Be a Fan of a Winning Baseball Team Without Being a Complete Asshole. A $15 value, absolutely free. Call the number on your screen right now to get yours today. Number 4.
As we've already established, watching your team is a terrible way to spend your time that's only going to leave you angry and depressed. So if you're going to watch baseball, you may as well use that time to instead scout out an actual good team that you can root for in the playoffs. That way, whenever October does come around, you'll actually have a dog in the fight, albeit unofficially. And when that team eventually collapses because you have terrible taste, you can start the process all over again. How fun!
Number 3. If obsessing with your team's prospects still isn't enough for you, you can always do the next best thing and obsess over college baseball and over who your team is going to select in next year's draft. Because if there's one thing better than obsessing over your team's prospects, it's obsessing over your team's prospects that aren't even your team's prospects yet. Let's check in with our friend again. How you doing?
I'm on my 36th cup of coffee and my 35th mock draft. It's going well.
That's the spirit. Number 2.
Even if you use all of the coping mechanisms that we talk about in today's video, sometimes that pain can be just too deep and hurt a little too much. And sometimes when that happens, the best thing to do is return to the old tried and true method of crying in your shower and listening to Mitski for hours on end.
Number 1. But if I'm being completely real with you here, we all know that rooting for a crappy team sucks. But at the end of the day, there's always something to appreciate about even the most crappy of teams. I mean, there's no such thing as a bad day going out to the ballpark and supporting your guys. And there's always going to be one or two breakout stars or top prospects making their debut that make things exciting and make you want to watch and make it worth supporting your guys. And those are reason enough to support your team, regardless of how bad they are. But in my opinion, you need to go through those valleys in order to truly appreciate the hills. When your team's moment comes, and they're finally in the playoffs every year and competing for a title, it makes things that much sweeter as a fan knowing that you have been with that team through the entire time and through that entire rebuild. So when you look at things through that perspective, there's always something to appreciate about your team, and there's always something redeeming about them. Except the 2021 Arizona Diamondbacks. There is absolutely nothing redeemable about that